All right, the Commanders. So I didn't like their draft. I didn't like their draft at all. It was horrible. Um, it wasn't on my surprise list because I was gonna come on here and break it down earlier. Break it down later. First of all, I get why they picked Emmanuel Forbes, but I don't. I really don't. You have so okay. Look, first of all, the pick was a reach because Gonzalez was still on the board, who I think is a better prospect than him, and Joey Porter, who I think is a better prospect. Even if Joey Porter right here is a reach, I think he just. I like guys that dads played in the league. They just know how to be. Some of them know how to be a professional. Uh, Shout out to Jamar, my friend. He was high on this guy. I was not so high on him. Um, he was a first round pick. He's real lengthy. Listen, he is a ball hawk, but he was he was graded as third round pick, and we did this with Jamin Davis. Like we didn't learn our lesson. Like Jamin, we reached for Jamin Davis, reach for, and then it shows. Sometimes when you reach for players, it shows, and I think it's going to show with Emmanuel Forbes because if Gonzalez or Joey Porter balls out, I'm gonna be irritated. I'm gonna be highly irritated because I was like, all right, we get Gonzalez. Um, and then so I just don't like the pick. I think Gonzalez in our system with Joey Porter fits perfectly. So no, they didn't do good. The second round pick is a safety. We have three quality safeties already. Um, I don't get it. Maybe he starts off. Uh, Maybe he starts off as corner, but he's a versatile defensive back, right? So maybe that's why they got him. But I just don't think they should have got him in the second round. Again, he could be a backup, but like he's a third rounder, not a second rounder. So it's like we keep on like reaching and reaching and reaching and grabbing nothing but air because that's what we're doing here. This is probably this regime's last year. Just gonna be honest with you. This is probably their last year. Um, then we get to the round three. Ricky Strongberg. He's an interior O lineman. He's a seventh round projected pick in the third round. He's a potential backup. Same with Brandon Daniels, the other interior offensive lineman. Do you know, guys, we gave up the seventh most sacks in the NFL last season and we didn't improve our O line in the draft? Do you, Howell's going to get killed back there? Then our defense is going to be on the field more than they should be. And once again, people are getting fired. And we're not going to be good enough to have a first round or like a top five pick. We're going to be 16th again. We're going to have the 15th pick. We're going to be 8-9 or 7-10. Yay. That's how we are. We're mediocre. And this draft says it. We're a mediocre team that reaches for prospects that don't deserve to get reached for. So I need the new ownership. Please, we got to go into a different direction. Now I get the fifth round pick. He's an edge. KJ Henry from Clemson. I think he'll be able to. I mean, when you start drafting fifth, sixth rounds, this is what you want: developmental players, players that you see potential and growth. So I get taking an edge there. I just the third and fourth rounders. I wish they definitely would have got offensive help in the second round. Definitely, because it's kind of like we're. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing. It's like we're living in the '80s. It's like we don't need a quarterback. We're just gonna upload on defense, and that doesn't. It's not gonna win you. anything. You got to have a quarterback. You got to have a dynamic quarterback because you're going to see Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow or Jalen Hurts deep in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl or Josh Allen, and you're not beating those guys with Sam Howell or Jimmy Garoppolo. It's just not going to happen. You just got to wake up. I don't know what NFL teams are doing. It's not going to happen. You got people like Anthony Richardson and Bryce Young getting drafted. You're not beating those guys. So, anyway, that's my rant. Once again, the 6th round pick, Chris Rodriguez Jr. He's a running back out of Kentucky, kind of a big bruiser. But once again, in the 6th round, I understand it. Listen, we all know this. Running backs, sometimes, man, Gibson might miss a game. Brian Robinson might miss a game or two. So it's always good to have depth. And you can get quality depth of a running back in the later rounds. And I like it. And then Andre Jones Jr. I like that too. It's another edge. I would have probably liked a receiver, maybe, or a corner, somebody who could possibly return kicks and punts, who were kind of weird in that area last year. So I that's what I don't like. Like I wish that we focus more on our offensive line in round 2 and 3 and got different prospects. I feel like people got offensive linemen in the 3rd or 4th rounds that were quality starters, and we got people that aren't. I hope they prove me wrong, but I don't know. You got a second-year quarterback. You need to give him as much support as possible. And having a good offensive line that he's not running for his life, right? No quarterback without a good offensive line could succeed in the NFL. So if you're gonna have a second-year quarterback and a rookie, surround him with weapons. Make sure that O-line is decent, because we got to see Jalen Carter twice a year. We got to see Michael Parsons twice a year. We got to see Thibodeau twice a year. And you don't improve the offensive line except for Wiley, who's a tackle. And it's just like, I just don't know what we're doing. I don't know. And Ron Rivera is going to be surprised once again we go 7-10, So that's how I feel. It's just bad. That's why I could constantly remind Mo, we're going to the playoffs. No, we're not. We're not. You have to stop this playoff talk. It's not going to happen. And then we're not tanking because we have a good enough team to just win some games.